Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome once again to Hockey Playoff Edition. I am Miguel Medina. This is my guy, Jim Biringer. Jim, Devils finally beat the Rangers in a game 7. They previously lost in 92-94, but I got to tip my hat to them. Devils, they play their ass off, but I just got to say 2 words. Akira Schmidt. He won 4 out of 5 in this series. The 22-year-old played like he's a veteran. Take it from there.
Man, Schmidt, ever since he came into the series, he just looked calm, cool, collective back there. Rebound control was on point. The Devils were not going to make a goalie change in Game 7. I know there were a lot of analysts were like, oh, they're going to go back to Vanacek. They were not going back to Vanacek. Akira Schmidt played unbelievable. His glove was working. The Rangers thought they had solved his glove hand in Game 6. They didn't. His rebound control was on point. He was poised. He was calm. Look, Devils, again, PK was strong in Game 7. Schmidt was their best player on the PK. The Devils' relentless attack, 5-on-5 with their speed up and down the ice, was just too much for the Rangers. I mean, you could see it all game long. There was a couple shifts throughout the game that the Rangers generated offense 5-on-5. It really is when Gallant put the kid line back together, and they were playing really well. But the Devils were faster team than the Rangers were, and Schmidt was there when the Devils needed him. But I got to tip my cap to Igor Shesterkin in this series. Let me tell you something. Some of these games that the Devils won could have been a lot worse if it was another goaltender. The reason it was only 4-0 or 2-0 after 2 or 0-0 after 1 in Game 7, Shesterkin was on point. It's a shame that the offense, like Panarin, Zibanejad, Kane, didn't show up for him.
The Rangers now join Tampa, Boston, and Colorado in terms of teams that had a great chance of going far, but especially the Rangers, because you saw the moves they made in the trade deadline with Tarasenko, Patrick Kane, the list goes on. Yes, it's a bitter taste to end the season the way they did, but where do you see them going from here?
They have some decisions to make, especially Kane, Tarasenko. I like the Tarasenko move at the deadline. I think that's a player that they should try to keep, but they also have to re-sign. I believe, Kakko needs a new deal. I believe Alexis Lafreniere needs a new deal. They'll probably only get bridge deals. I'm going to be curious to see if Patrick Kane returns to the Big Apple. The acquisition, I know they wanted to do it. They did everything, but, I think the chemistry with Tarasenko when he was there, I don't know if they needed to make the move, but again, they did. He played a really good Game 7. I thought his skating legs were there. I thought he was one of the better Ranger players. But they have a lot of decisions to make on who they're going to bring back and who they're going to re-sign, because they're going to be up against the cap, as always. And, it's going to be interesting. And again, will there be questions about the head coach? I don't think he deserves to be gone. But then again, you never know what direction the Rangers go in. Again, the in-game adjustments, maybe that's something. But the Rangers had a fantastic season. So I don't know who's going to come in and replace him and get this team over the hump. I think he needs to adjust his style a little bit and trust the younger players a little bit more and develop a faster game, because when the Rangers were able to transition out of the zone with no attack, they were in the Devils zone quickly. So I think that's an element of the game that they may need to look into.
So now the Devils will take on Carolina Hurricanes. Best of luck to the Devils. I really do hope that they win that series. I'm fine if they go as the way these players are going. Any of these teams can go far. It's super unpredictable. I love it. So best of luck on the Devils on that end. But now to tonight's game, Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs. Who do you have in Game 1 for tonight?
I like Florida in Game 1. The reason being is they played Game 7 Sunday, I'm sorry. The Devils game was Monday night. They played Sunday. They had the momentum. They won a big game in overtime against the Bruins. They're coming in. They only had a couple of days off. Toronto hasn't played since Saturday. It shouldn't be a big deal, but the way the Panthers are playing right now, I like the Panthers in Game 1.
I agree. I have a feeling that the Panthers will steal Game 1 on the road, and then Toronto will win Game 2. But I know we're getting a little ahead, but I feel Florida in this game winning at least 4-2. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I could see a 4-2 win for the Florida Panthers. I could even see like a 3-1 game, like an empty netter because the teams play good defensively. But the Leafs, it's funny about this series. The Leafs had the Florida Panthers on the ropes in the regular season down the stretch. With a minute left in one of the games, if they had lost in regulation, the Panthers are not in this spot. They would have been 8 points out of the playoffs. So just think about that. The Leafs had a chance to put this team away, and now they're facing them in the second round of the playoffs. I think Florida sneaks this one out, probably 3-1 score, maybe a little bit better than that. But I think Florida takes game one on the road.
Seattle Kraken, Dallas Stars. That matchup, it excites me. Who do you have for game one?
I'm going to take Dallas at home. They've always been a good home team. I like what they're doing. Again, I wouldn't shock me if Seattle wins because they're one of the better road teams. And what we've seen through the first round, 31-19 for the road teams in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Unbelievable. But I like Dallas at home just because the way they play. Ottinger over Grubauer. The power play for Dallas, that's something Seattle needs to limit if they're going to want to win this game and win this series. You saw it against Minnesota. We talked about it in the latter stages of that series. When that power play gets going, it's one of the best in the business. I like Dallas maybe 3-2 in this one.
Yeah, I could see this being a low-scoring game as well. I'm going with Dallas as well. It's that Dallas team is special at home. They really are. I like Rube Hintz, Robertson, Ottinger. Ottinger is big time. He is super big time. He's not someone you want to underestimate by any means necessary. So I see Dallas winning this game. I'm gonna say 4-3.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good score. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Dallas is good at home, but would I be shocked if Seattle goes on the road and wins again? No. Grubauer's been great for them, but I give the edge to Ottinger and the Dallas Stars. I've seen what Ottinger can do in the playoffs. I know it's only a small sample size, but let's see. It's going to be contrasting styles. Seattle likes to go 4 lines, physical. Dallas has an up-tempo game. But again, that up-tempo game can lead to penalties and power plays. And again, that power play is lethal, especially on home ice.